this in a day. Guys?
Be safe there, Carrie. Thank you very much.
Next, you have NBC meteorologist Bill Cairns. He's in for Al. This thing has switched paths. It's now heading straight for the Fort Myers area. Tell us what we have.
Yeah, good morning. There's no doubt that this is worst case scenario. So the bottom line this morning, and the message from meteorologists and emergency managers, we're trying to save as many lives as possible. This is almost a Category 5 making landfall. And if you haven't evacuated yet, I know you saw the conditions there where Carrie was. You have to get out of the way. It's not just the water anymore that we're afraid of. We have what would be the equivalent of a strong EF3 tornado that's 40 miles wide that is heading for areas between Fort Myers and Sarasota. And if you have a 6-hour heads up that you knew a big tornado was heading your way, you would get out of the way. And so that's what we're telling everyone, that if you haven't evacuated yet, we're just trying to save as many lives as we can now, because this is about as serious as it gets. So now let me get through the maps here. 155-mile-per-hour winds just reported from the hurricane center. If it goes up even a tick more, we're at a Category 5. It's too late for this to really weaken much. We're going to have catastrophic wind damage, storm surge, and then flash flooding on top of all of that. So let's get into the actual forecast path and what we're going to deal with. Landfall expected. The initial eye is going to move on shore. It's only 25 miles away from Captiva, Sanibel Island area right now. It's going to move on shore as we go throughout the late morning, early afternoon, landfall sometime during the afternoon. And the worst of it looks like Fort Myers, the Sanibel area that we just mentioned, northwards, and then it will move inland as we go throughout the overnight hours. So what does that mean? The storm surge is the really big first threat we're going to deal with, along with those winds that are equivalent to a large tornado. 8 to 12 foot storm surge. Right at landfall and just south of there is where the worst storm surge will be. A lot worse than Charlie. Charlie was only 6 to 7 feet on Sanibel. This could be double that, because we're going to do it towards high tide this afternoon also. Here's an inundation map. Anywhere in red is up to 9 feet. We could get that up to 12 to 14 feet in some areas. Water levels we've never seen in some of these regions. We're at Cape Coral and the Fort Myers area. Very low elevations. That water is going to go miles inland when that eye makes landfall. So that's why we're telling people, get out. It's the wind and the water now, not just that. So, and as far as the max wind gusts go, this will occur late this afternoon, this evening. 130, 140 mile per hour wind guys. It's I know what's going to happen and what it's going to look like. This is going to change neighborhoods, communities, and towns, not just for weeks, months, possibly years.
Bill, thank you very much. We want to go to NBC's Sam Brock.